Last time on I, The Somnium Files. Or maybe just a regular asshole, I'm unsure.
Did you witness my superior driving technique?
Superior? What was superior about that? You were drifting a forklift. Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome back to I, The Somnium Files. Last episode, a hell of a lot happened. We dove into Somnium and discovered... well, we didn't discover too much, but we were able to save Iris in his Somnium and discover a little bit about what's going on. Not a whole ton, but we at least know that he was there and active. Do we know if he was the actual killer? Probably not. It seems like way too easy of a link, and I don't think I'd be able to pin it on him. But it still really sucks that Iris is dead. I know we didn't spend like a billion hours with her, like at most we spent 3 hours with Iris talking to her before she died, but the way these games work, because of the way they work, we're going to be spending a lot of time with each individual character throughout these gigantic flowcharts we're going to, because I can guarantee you, this being a zero escape game, we're going to go down here and it's going to go down and it's going to branch off into like 5 different ways. Like, this game can go a billion routes. So on top of that, it's one of those things, it's like, if you met a kid at the park and you just talk to this kid at the park for like 2 hours, he's having a good time and you're like, aw, he's so sweet. And then you, like an hour later, you leave the park and that kid turns up dead. I'm talking about like IRL. And you realize that you could have probably saved that kid just by staying with them for maybe like another 10 or 20 minutes. That's going to affect you for quite a while, even if you barely knew the person, you know? I forgot, I have one question I didn't ask Peter.
In short, it is your ego algorithm. What you call your mind. Recognition, cognition, consciousness.
I see. Thanks, Peter. Alright, so time to finally question you. About Iris.
I've been telling you I don't know anything.
That's impossible. I saw Iris in your dream. You have to have some memory of her.
What are you talking about? I don't understand a word of this.
That's right, we can't use the Somnium as evidence during an interrogation. It doesn't make any sense.
Come to think of it, I still haven't heard your explanation for this. 2 days ago, you called Shoko Nadami just after 9 p.m. Why?
That is a private matter that I will not discuss with you.
Really? We're the police! What's your alibi for Shoko's murder?
What were you doing at 5 p.m. 2 days ago?
Reading a book at home. You can ask my housekeeper or my bodyguards. They will confirm that for you.
That does match what the bodyguard said earlier.
But they're like family to him. They're not above telling a lie to protect their boss.
Yeah, that's true. You killed Iris, didn't you?
I didn't.
Are you planning on acting dumb all night? How did you know Iris was stabbed?
I heard it.
What?
On my way to this place, I heard that woman over there talking. Something about a girl who got stabbed in the back.
Are you talking about me?
Yes, you.
I don't remember exactly what I said.
What?
It's possible that I mentioned a body with stab wounds to the back.
Boss.
It is impossible to determine now.
Oh. Something's not right. Boss is acting strange.
He very well may not have seen Iris's body.
No. He still must have. He was in the warehouse.
It's possible he didn't even lift up the sheet.
But does that mean we can conclude for certain that he saw the corpse?
He looks tired. The medicine hasn't fully worn off yet. It makes him a bit dazed. The color is drained from his face. Boss, why did you tell him anything at all? What am I supposed to... oh, Peter. What is the ego algorithm you mentioned?
All of these processes are incomprehensible without the ego algorithm.
I wonder who Pewter's voice actor is. It's so distinct. Like, I feel like if I heard it on any other character, I'd recognize it instantly.
However, the WARPED system is revolutionizing the way we think about consciousness.
Oh, by the way, you guys also mentioned, and I recognize this too, I just didn't know exactly what. The WARPED system, or the word WARPED in general, is another link to Egyptian god lore. as I'm gonna call it.
The Wadjet system controls my core programming.
Using Wadjet, we could map the neural circuitry of the human brain. And we discovered a specific circuit that is key to the phenomenon of consciousness. However, we human beings are still unable to fully grasp it. It's far too complicated. But even if we don't understand it, we can still use it. You don't have to understand electromagnetism to use a microwave oven.
That's true.
The Wadjet system is how we are able to extract the sinker's consciousness. That is what makes syncing possible.
Thanks for the explanation, Pewter. Who now?
Date, the investigation team is calling.
This is Date from Abyss. What happened?
Hey, sorry to call you out of the blue. There's something we want to check. Is now a good time?
Sure, what is it?
You said you found a body at Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. The one at Ariake? Warehouse District?
It's gone, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Huh. Okay.
Why? What happened?
It's, not here.
What's not there?
We searched all over the warehouse. We didn't find any bodies.
Oh no. I knew we shouldn't have left the crime scene from the start. It was kind of foolish for Date to run away and just leave a body behind. He was being a little emotional at the moment, so I don't blame him, but any number of things could have happened. If so wasn't the actual murderer could have taken it.
What do you mean there's no body?
There's nothing there.
Everywhere, but nothing.
Date, I am not doubting you. However, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I saw it. I know I saw it. I saw Iris's body with my own right eye.
Then perhaps someone moved the body between the time we left and CSI arrived.
No, there's another possibility.
There is?
There's another possibility. I wonder what he means by that. Is that she's still alive and at home and that we're What?
Date?
Iris!
What are you doing? Barging in without ringing the doorbell? Oh, you see, Mizuki ended up staying at my place.
What?
Something wrong?
The world changed.
This is crazy. I didn't think we'd be getting into the Zero Escape style what the hell moments already, but this is the first one we've hit. I don't know if it's the world that changed or perhaps syncing itself is having a bad effect on Date's brain. Maybe that's why Boss
Iba
couldn't
and I
remember what
saved
she
Iris during the
said.
sync yesterday.
Wait, did syncing actually save her?
She wasn't killed.
True, but that was only a dream.
Maybe the dream changed reality.
Impossible.
Then how else would you explain it? Iris came back to life.
This is kind of crazy. I mean, if I were a normal person, I had to guess what was going on, I'd probably say Date's just... Do these always have new dialogue? Boss's friend Mario.
Only money rained down from the sky.
What? Flag with big catch on. Okay, no, they're pretty much the same.
Hey, Date, who's cuter? The Matryoshka or I?
Oh no, they are different.
The first one.
I will carve out your insides and turn you into a Matryoshka.
Bookshelf. That's a ton of things stuffed in it. Pumpkin.
Where should I put old Jack here?
I thought his name was Bill.
Shh.
Happy birthday to you. That song used to be copyrighted, you know?
Wait till I get copyrighted for this.
But now it's public domain and I can sing it to my heart's content. Don't you love it?
Happy birthday banner decoration. Dart machine.
So the darts board has all these holes, and the tip of the dart goes in, right? It's kind of sexual, don't you think?
I do not understand. What is sexual about it?
You don't want to know.
Boy band
I
poster.
sleep with a different one every night. They're so fluffy.
Oh, body pillow.
Mass, I didn't realize.
Grandpa. Answer me, Grandpa.
I'm really worried about her mental health now. Okay, well, it's a
Merry
Christmas tree.
Christmas.
It's November.
Consider it a good luck charm, so you don't drown when you sink.
Anyways.
Did you ever used to play with these rulers like a gun when you were in elementary school?
Okay, I did.
I don't know. I don't have any memories from back then, remember?
Yeah, but I can say I did. My voice just cracked.
I can't believe it's not a raccoon.
What?
About Okiura Fishery.
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
Alright, we'll have to keep that in mind.
I would suggest searching the warehouse again. You may be able to discover why Iris was resurrected.
Maybe maybe we collected all the Dragon Balls. Maybe praying to Shenron, knowing guy's office
Mizuki
was
went
right.
to Bloom Park 3 nights ago. She was prompted by a Nile message from Renju.
Mizuki, Daddy got caught up in something serious. Please come to Bloom Park merry-go-round right away.
There are 3 possibilities. 1. Renju killed Shoko, or was an accessory to the murder. 2. Renju was threatened or blackmailed into luring Mizuki to the scene. 3. The culprit used Renju's phone to send the Nile message. In any case, the motive is still unknown. We need to talk to Renju.
Renju? Where did you go?
Yeah, that's the big question. Where is he? Hopefully not dead. A dream-changing reality?
It is absurd. Not possible. Dreams are figments of the imagination. An incident which took place entirely in your mind cannot have any bearing on the real world. That is preposterous.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell at this point because what we saw in the Somnium happened in real life, so...
Consider it. If you were to find money in your dream, does your bank account balance go up in reality? If you were to be attacked by aliens in your dream, does a swarm of UFOs invade Earth?
But at the warehouse,
You must have been hallucinating.
I guess
Within
so.
Mizuki's Somnium, you saw Iris's frozen corpse. It is affecting your mental state. Last night, you were so fazed by it that you couldn't speak. If it bothers you to this degree, why not go talk to Iris?
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Where's Renju?
You asked Mama at Marble for information regarding Renju Okiura, correct?
That's right.
It is possible she may have something for you by now.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I asked Moma for information too, but I had to promise him a meeting with Iris. Moma can wait for now.
We can talk to Iris's mom as well. She was Renju's classmate, right? Aiba told me about her.
That's right, everyone we questioned, we can question again. A dream-changing reality?
Date and Aiba saved Iris and Somnium. And that changed the history of the real world? Well, I guess it's not impossible.
That isn't what you said yesterday.
That was then, this is now. A woman's mind changes with the phases of the moon, you know?
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, I believe in Date.
Does Aiba actually consider themselves female? The way they answer that, it sounded like they do.
I trust him more than anyone else in Abyss.
About so.
Congressman Sajima is suspicious in more ways than one. Exhibit A. 3 days ago, So called Shoko Nadami's phone. We still don't know exactly why. He only told us it was meant to be private. Exhibit B. So Sejima was at Okiura Fishery Warehouse last night, but he didn't inform us of this. There must be something he doesn't want us knowing.
Yeah, he never said why he was there.
Exhibit C. So was an Iris's somnium. Dreams are constructed from memories, yet the good congressman denies he ever knew
Whoops, sorry, my bad. He denies that he knows Iris, but he definitely saw her. So I don't know what's going on here. About prophetic dreams.
Stranger things have been known to happen. 2 days ago, Date found Iris's frozen corpse in Mizuki's somnium. It must have been a prophecy.
Boss.
There's a lot of stuff in this world that can't be explained by science.
Boss's knack for change is one of her good qualities. Not having beliefs is what she believes in. That's how she established herself as a major player in the police department. Because she believed what she wanted to. I agree with that. Boss seems to be a very open person. I'm in Aiba's line of sight. Oh, we can't actually talk to ourselves this time. So where's So now?
I sent him home yesterday.
You released him?
What was I supposed to do? We can't hold him without solid proof. What we saw with Iris hasn't happened yet.
In any case, we have to speak with him again.
Alright. Where's Iris now?
Her cell phone is on. I can trace her via GPS. She is currently somewhere in the Lemniscape building.
Huh. This is all too strange. I don't know how to take this. A summary, Aiba?
There are 4 people I should talk to. So Sejima, Iris and Hitomi Sagan, and Mama. And I need to check the warehouse one more time.
We have many avenues of investigation.
Let's get moving.
Alright, we have a lot of places to go. This is feeling like an Ace Attorney game right now. Let's check the warehouse first. I feel like if we go to the warehouse, we might see something that we can later inquire about. With Aiba in my left eye socket, I walked into the cold storage warehouse. I could see my breath. I looked around, shivering. Nothing seemed changed from last night, though. But now we can use
First
Aiba.
arrived here yesterday at 9 p.m. At that time, lying on this workbench was...
Iris's dead body, covered with a white cloth.
But the second time...
The corpse was gone.
It was 11:25 p.m., but the body could not have simply vanished. Crime scene investigation was here before 11:25 p.m.
When did they arrive?
According to the report, 10:30 p.m., after we finished syncing with So.
It took them an hour and a half to get here?
Correct.
Why did it take them so long?
Unknown. The report does not specify. Perhaps a result of outside influence.
Outside influence?
Oh.
In any case, there is nothing of note about the bench. Examining it will not reveal any further information.
It's a workbench. There's nothing on it. Forklift.
A forklift. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. A forklift. It doesn't seem like it's in use. It was likely just left here.
The switchboard.
A switchboard. Nothing seems out of the ordinary.
This hook?
The crane on the ceiling. Nothing has changed.
Ice cutting machine.
That machine is used to cut ice. Do they store ice here?
That's worrying. I doubt it, but if they froze her, they could have just cut it into pieces and then stored it somewhere. Yikes, that might have been the plan.
There are only a few items on the shelf. It is likely that this warehouse isn't in regular use.
So nothing in here? Oh, I can turn. I forgot about that. Storage space isn't in use. Cardboard box? It's a box. There's nothing in it. Another box.
It's a wooden box. There is nothing inside.
Aiba, you're good at telling me a whole lot of nothing right now.
There are numerous cardboard boxes on the shelves. There is nothing abnormal about them.
This is frustrating. Aiba, going to be very upset if we don't find anything. Oh, there's an oil drum right here.
Hi, I'm Dramaimon.
Really?
Aiba, the jokes, you've gotta stop.
It's an oil drum. It doesn't have magical pockets, though. I don't know what that was referencing, but, I'm sure someone got... That wasn't it? What am I missing here? There's Aiba stuck on a crane, and here's pictures of the sync machine, which looks like a VR headset. That was neat to look at. Now, I'm actually worried... Oh. An empty wooden box on the shelf. That was it? It was that singular box? I've been searching for like 15 minutes. We searched the warehouse again, but we didn't find anything useful.
But finding nothing may, in fact, be something.
What do you mean by that, Aiba?
What do you mean?
I was just thinking out loud. Let's get going. Date, your temperature is dropping. At this rate, they might find your body in here.
Ew, yikes. Alright, so I'm gonna visit Iris last. Let's go ahead and stop by... Let's go ahead and stop by Marble first. Talk to Mom here.
You need more info on Ren? I'm sorry to waste your time, but I don't have anything for you.
I see.
We can ask her some other questions, though. About Renju.
You know about Renju and the Kumakura gang, right?
Yeah, I know. I heard it from his own mouth right here.
Do they have anything to do with the talent scandal at Lemniscate?
Maybe now they do, since Renju is the president of Lemniscate. But even before that, Renju and the Kumakuras go way back. All the way back to high school.
Really?
Hey, Date. Have you ever seen a dead body?
That's a random question. I remember Renju saying that to me, after he and I went through a bottle.
You're a policeman. I don't know what department, but I assume you aren't handing out traffic tickets. So, how about it?
I didn't answer. I turned the question around on him.
What about you?
Me? Well, yeah. Not just one, countless bodies. When I was in high school, I had a pretty crazy job. You know the Kumakura gang? I was hooked up to one of their phone fraud scams. I just had to go collect the money from drop points and give it to the Kumakuras. It was an easy job. Eventually, I became friends with the higher-ups. They started taking me with them on jobs.
What jobs?
The target was always an elderly person from the country with no family. Elderly folk who owned a lot of land. You know, they live every day in loneliness and desperation.
Jesus, Renju. You were in a really bad spot, and now you're at the top of a company, but now I'm starting to wonder your legitimacy here. Like how you got there yourself.
You just have to be nice to them. That's all it takes. Guys would get to know the old people, and they would set up an adoption process. After that, you just have to get them really drunk. Throw them in the tub full of hot water.
Jesus, Renju.
They pass. Just a heart attack, brain hemorrhage, or they simply go to sleep and drown. The police almost never investigated. It always looked natural, like they died of old age. So the adopted gang members would inherit the land. Then we sell it and make massive profits. I watched a lot of people get killed like that. And I've seen journalists get killed for getting too close to the truth. So I... Why am I telling you all this? Are you going to arrest me?
I took a sip from my glass. I didn't say anything for a while.
You didn't do it yourself, right?
No, I was always the lookout. But still... Date,
Tears fell onto the counter unending. We didn't say another word until the ice in the glass had melted to nothing. Oh. Damn, he was in some shady stuff. Why are you always brushing that fish?
I find it calming.
Why is that?
Don't ask me.
What is that thing exactly?
Well, I could use a little help down there, if you know what I mean.
I do not know what she means. Perhaps you should take her up on her offer.
Absolutely not.
Well, yeah, one of you guys did tell me that this fish was something. I can't remember the name now.
Hey, I'm over here.
A refrigerator. There are bottles of alcohol on the shelf. A picture on the wall.
Hey, Mama. What's with the pizza, fish, and chips?
Oh, that sounds delicious.
People used to call me that on the internet all the time. Guess it's stuck.
Pizza, fish, and chips. Ah, I see. Piece of fucking shit. This, however, appears to be a simple Italian pizza with fish and french fries.
Oh my god, that sounds so good. Alright, you know what? That's the official Dust Brigade food from now on. For breakfast, it's pancakes. And for lunch, it is pizza, fish. It's pizza, fish, and chips. That's what it is. Write that down in your memos. Taxi drives her. What is this? It looks like a poster for something. It's a poster on the wall. The sofa. There's a table in front of the sofa. It's a menu. It has writing on the back. A stool. A bar counter. Sorry if I have to kind of re-click through these things, but sometimes they have some new dialogue, and it's really funny. Beer tap.
Hey, Date. You know what I say when I turn into a drunk devil?
What?
Dev Ale.
Damn it. He knew. There's a TV on the
Care to
wall.
watch some riveting videos with balls and holes?
Golf?
Sorry, I don't like golf.
There's a TV on the wall. I think that's it. Radio. There's music playing over the radio. Summarize for me.
I don't have anything else for you. Sorry, I'm not much help.
No, don't worry about it.
Can you come back again tonight? There's a regular here who is good friends with Ren. They should be here tonight. If you ask him, he might have some information for you.
Tonight?
Yes. I'll be waiting for you.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. Alright, next let's stop by Lemnis Gate. I have a feeling our little friend...
I am so aggro right now.
Wait, why is Iris here?
Who says that?
Why are you angry?
You backed out on your Shovel Forge promise.
That's what she's angry about? I thought you were dead.
I didn't make any promises.
You promised me a date, though.
I did go to your house.
2 minutes before midnight, and you didn't even take me anywhere.
Yeah, because we only had 2 minutes.
We could have gone somewhere. Iturup, Kunashir, Shikotan, Habomai?
Absolutely not.
Then you should have come earlier.
Well,
Already here, and it's like nothing changed. Oh boy, I want to hear this again. Oh wait, I can get questions. Are you serious, Date? Are you serious? Okay, we're doing it.
I'm 5'4".
That is clearly not what you meant.
What are your measurements? Oh god. What's your type? Blood type?
Well, I like guys that like New Guinea fruit bats and yellow spotted neck turtles.
What does that mean?
I cannot even picture that.
I don't think your type of male exists. Can I have your contact information?
Why?
well, because it may lead to something in the future.
I don't know.
Date, we're on an investigation.
Just let me have this.
Can I have your contact information?
That's enough. I'll come right out of your eye socket if you don't stop.
Can I have your contact information?
I'm serious. I'm going to pop out.
Can I have your contact information? Iba flew out of my left eye and started dancing on the desk. The receptionist immediately fainted. Iris saw the whole thing and also fainted. And so my story ended. The end! But I couldn't let that happen, so I decided not to ask her for her information. It's hilarious.
I want to too. We've been looking for him.
Oh yeah, I asked her about Renju.
We've been getting so many calls, it's hard to keep up with.
I guess so. Whenever I hear this voice, it reminds me of Junko, or how Junko talks. There's a receptionist sitting behind the desk. It's a reception desk. Love the skate logo. Lots of magazines on that rack. Special, how to make good soba. I'll bring that one home for later. I actually love soba, it's delicious. A vending machine full of drinks.
That's a high table.
Date, I don't understand. You want me to say hi to this table?
That's not what I said.
It's a high table. Plant.
Date, look! It's a Terraphila camellifolia! Look!
What?
Yay! Yay! Go Terraphila camellifolia!
What is that? Terraphilia Can you make tea out of it? Aiba gets awfully excited about insects. Oh, it's not a plant, it's an insect. It's a sofa.
I should lose some weight.
I didn't say so fat.
Blank monitor. It's a monitor, nothing's displayed on it. Plant. A window. A large window. What is that? Monitor. Promotional videos of the agency's talent are playing.
It's Shinsen-cha-tran.
What?
Who's that?
Shinsen-cha-tran's video is playing. A door. There's probably an office back there. Yeah, I think that's all we're here to. Abstract painting.
Like it? It's called Fisherman Shagging a Common Dandy.
What? There's an abstract painting hung up. I'm not sure I see it, but okay. Hey, Iris. It's Monday, no school?
It is Monday, but it's a holiday. No school today? Duh.
Oh, right. It's a holiday.
Did you forget too?
That's why I'm at Lemniscate today. We're going to do a recording session for a show soon.
We don't have time for holidays. Why was your phone off yesterday?
I know you were mad about our date, but why was your phone off? I couldn't get a hold of you.
She didn't answer. About the late night visitor.
Last night around 2 a.m., someone visited you. Who was it? And you left the house as well. Where did you go?
You really want to know?
Yes?
Yes.
And you'd do anything for the...
Yes.
Oh no. Do anything for the answer. Sorry I keep cutting things off. I'm very, when it comes to mouse and keyboard and visual novels, I tend to click really early because my mouse button's so freaking sensitive.
All right then. Shovel Forge.
No.
Then go on a date with me.
Oh my god, I just realized this is like my real life. I have a friend. I have a friend constantly asking me, it's like, hey, will you play Minecraft with me? It's like, no. Hey, you want to go to the store with me? No. I really am living Date's life.
Again, no.
But you owe me for yesterday.
I told you I couldn't get a hold of you.
Objection. Even if you did get a hold of me, you didn't want to see me anyway, right? Until you fulfill your promise, I won't tell you anything.
Fine, we can go out and do the thing. I saw your body.
Iris, promise you won't laugh, but I saw something at the cold storage warehouse last night.
What?
Your dead body. I told you not to laugh.
But, come on, Date. I'm alive. I'm right here. Look, I can jump around. Woohoo!
Stop, I'm serious. In my dream, I saved you from being killed.
Well, Aiba did with her awesome kicks and fighting game inputs.
And here you are.
Oh my god, you know what I want to see? I want to see art of Aiba in an like an Evo t-shirt with a fight stick so bad. That'd be awesome.
Which is why I was like that when I went to your house yesterday. Sorry, there's no point in telling you all this.
No, it's fine. Sorry for laughing. I just didn't know what was up with you.
Huh?
I believe you, Date. Maybe you were in a parallel world or something.
Another bizarre explanation.
That's possible. Where's Renju?
What about him?
I don't need to hide it. I told her about Renju's disappearance.
A traffic accident? I'm worried.
Any idea where he could have gone?
I'm sorry, no.
So do you know So Seijima, the politician?
I've seen him on TV.
Ever met him?
No.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Summarize for me.
So, what are we doing?
What do you mean?
For our date, of course.
Go on a date, don't go on a date. Fine, we'll go on a date. It's the only way I'll get information out of you.
Fine.
Hey, wait a minute!
Yay! So you'll play Shovel Forge with me?
I will not.
So, we'll go on a date then.
Yes.
Deal. And you have to honor our agreement this time.
I can't believe it.
Oh, but we can't go right away. I have a recording coming up.
That's good for me, actually. I still have investigating to do. I was a little worried I was gonna say, hey, let's go on a date. It's like, okay, just drop everything you're doing and all information you were gonna get. Go on a date with me now. It's like, okay, I guess.
I should be done by 3, though.
Tessa, we're starting soon.
Got it!
So why do people call her Tessa if her name is Iris, but she's also A-set? I guess Tessa is the name to protect her... I don't know.
So, Date, meet me back here at 3? If you ditch me, I will be beyond furious.
Okay, calm down.
Anyway, bye for now. Peace!
See you later, you weirdo. Iris smiled and strolled over to the studio.
There is no point remaining here. Let's get moving.
I agree. I want to get away from here as fast as possible. Let's stop by the Seijima residence. I doubt he's going to be happy about us showing up again. Or if he'll even come outside to greet us. But at the very least, maybe we could go poke fun at the bodyguards and play with the Kappa again.
So Seijima is a key person of interest in this case. Earlier, the boss cited 3 points of suspicion against him, and I agree with her assessment. I checked the call logs of So's phones. Congressman Seijima has 1 phone under his name, and—
Did you find anything interesting?
Sorry. There's 1 phone under his name, and a burner phone rented under a fake name. Did you find anything interesting?
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
But I do have something. I looked into So's secretary's phone. 1 call in particular stood out to me.
Huh?
It was 1 week ago, from Fuchu Prison. The caller identified themselves as inmate number 89.
Number 89?
Yes. This is most likely the same person who called HQ.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
Wouldn't the prison be a place for us to stop by then? The steering wheel. Why isn't Aiba charging in the wheel like she should be? I guess having 2 eyes to drive might be nice.
When you crash, the first thing you hit is the dash.
Actually, you hit the steering wheel.
Interesting.
I love how disinterested he is. The glove box.
This box is where you keep your doves.
It's not a dove box.
Glove box. Passenger seat. It's a passenger seat. The dash. Okay, Aiba. Who is number 89?
From what I can determine, he is an assassin. He accepts jobs from the criminal underworld for substantial rewards. His code name is Falco.
Falco? Really? Does he fly a starship too?
Falco?
Correct.
Oh god. Aiba, I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Aiba's like, wait, what? He just starts like skidding all over the road. He's like, it's no choice, Aiba, we're drifting again. We have no choice here. What's number 89's name?
You don't know?
He is not registered in any databases. He could be a foreigner or recent immigrant, but it would be impossible to determine from where. However, I did not detect any accent in his speech. I believe we can conclude that he grew up in Japan.
Wow, this guy's really underground then. What's he in jail for?
Murder.
Murder!
He is serving a life sentence for multiple counts. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
I can look at Aiba. It looks like Aiba is sitting in the passenger seat.
Unknown.
So they have no relationship between... I think it was... Yeah, So and number 89.
You would have to ask Mr. Sejima for that information.
Number 89 said he knew who killed Shoko.
He did, but that may be a lie.
Does he have any connections to the Cyclops serial killings?
Unknown. In all honesty, I have no idea.
Not a lot of information we have access to.
Number 89.
Should we visit Fuchu Prison?
No, we don't have time. Call up boss. Tell her to request that number 89 be brought to Abyss.
Roger.
The reason I went on a date with Iris is because she said she'll give us information. And even if not going on a date with her could give us some more investigation time, being with her and getting that information is probably the best things we can have. Everyone's hiding something.
I heard there was
every
no
single
body
person
found
here.
at the cold storage warehouse. Isn't your investigation over?
Is he feeding?
Aiba, look. A merman.
A merman.
So is a wealthy politician. It is no surprise to me that he has a merman. Wait, a merman?
Oh, hey everybody. I'm a merman.
What? That merman's the most dude bro I've ever heard. I heard a strange voice just now. Could it be? A pond. They kicked out the Kappa to add a merman. The Seijima residence. Look. So is feeding the koi in the pond. Why did you call Shoko?
You are beginning to irritate me.
What did you want to talk to her about? What is the private matter you mentioned? What is your relationship with her?
I'll answer your questions when you present a warrant.
I feel like this is gonna be almost pointless. About Iris.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know that girl. I've never seen her before.
Date.
I knew he was lying. This proves it.
I am having difficulty determining his motive for lying.
Same here.
After all, Iris was not killed.
Maybe he's got a secret with her he doesn't want us knowing. What are you hiding, so?
I don't know what he's hiding.
I told you I will not answer that question.
You won't tell us why you're at the warehouse still.
And why not? We didn't find anything there. There's nothing to hide.
It appears that he will not respond.
Everyone's hiding so much. At least tell us about number 89.
Number 89? Who is that?
An inmate at Fuchu Prison. He used to go by Falco. He was an assassin.
Odd, finding such a person in Japan. What about him?
About a week ago, he called your secretary.
I don't know anything about that. He was probably calling for a pardon or some such nonsense. My secretary probably decided it wasn't worth my attention.
Huh, that sounds truthful enough.
If you need information, you can ask her. I can't help you.
Where is she?
Haven't you people got enough? I'm very busy, excuse me.
You're feeding fish in your pond. What do you mean you're busy?
Oh, actually, I do have one more thing to tell you.
Oh?
To be honest, Kaname Date, I don't like you.
I figured that a while ago.
I don't ever want to see you again. So I suggest that you don't show your face here anymore. It's what's best for both of us. Understand?
So walked away sternly.
Who does this guy think he is?
Date, your blood pressure is skyrocketing. Any higher could kill you. Relax, Date. We still have much to do.
I know.
Damn, Date's starting to lose his cool with So. Topiary. So it looks like a big green mochi. Actually, now I get a closer look, it's just a bush. A spherical bush. Not a mochi. Oh. Mochi's delicious. I've had mochi ice cream. A tree. A garden
Speaking
lantern.
of gardens, what kind do you prefer?
I like a well-manicured lawn. But some bushes aren't bad either. I mean, what?
Oh no. Date has to make everything sexual. A bridge. There's an arch-shaped stone bridge over the pond. Don't see anything else here. Let's be on our merry way, then. Lastly, let's visit the Saigon residence.
I apologize for yesterday. I arrived uninvited.
No, I'm grateful. Thanks to you, Mizuki has her voice back.
No, I didn't do anything.
What are you talking about? You got her voice back. This flower again. A blooming winter iris. Supposed to be a sign of good news and hope. Seemed like it was important before, but now we're not reacting to it anymore. Picture.
I've been wondering about that picture.
Iris drew it when she was 12.
That's you on the left and Iris in the middle, correct?
Yes.
You know, the guy in the picture doesn't actually look like her dad. It looks like the guy who shot... Wait, that looks like the guy who shot Hitomi in the shoulder, actually, from the dream. Now that I look at it. Wait, does that mean he was the dad? Wait, hold on, I just confused myself. 1 second. Okay, I don't have any real information on Iris's dad right now, but I do know that guy looks exactly like the guy who shot Hitomi in the dream, at least from the black suit to the black hair. It's not much of a descriptor, but it looks similar.
Who's on the right?
The man I was dating at the time. It was only for 3 months, but...
Oh.
I met him about 6 years ago. Have you been to the Ikume Shrine in the Minato district? I was praying there one day, and I heard a voice. Well, more like a groan. Behind the shrine, I saw a man sitting on the ground. He was bleeding badly from his stomach. I took out my phone to call an ambulance, but he grabbed my wrist, and he held me, and then... he kissed me.
What?
I was shocked, but when I stared into his eyes, then I heard footsteps, and then a bunch of men yelling. They were looking for him. When the voices and footsteps faded, don't call an ambulance, and don't call the cops. I knew he had to be a criminal, so I took him to an underground clinic I knew.
You took him to a mob doctor?
Renju's friend. I only met him once.
Oh, interesting.
Even though we had our first kiss seconds after meeting each other, it took a long time before I got to see him again. The first time we held hands was when we watched a horror movie together. The first time I took his arm was when we went to a haunted house in an amusement park. But I wasn't the one who grabbed him. A zombie jumped out and scared us, and he clung on to Mario. He had that cute side to him. And I was falling in love.
What happened?
Our second kiss was in the car. It's cliché, I know. But we drove around at night, looking at all the lights. We parked our car near a warehouse and kissed.
Near a warehouse?
I don't think we ever said I love you, but we both knew. We were getting closer and closer. I introduced him to Iris about a month after I first met him.
Oh, look at little Iris. Oh, she still has the kitty thing. That's on her satchel now, but I guess she had it on her shirt before.
Iris never had a father figure in her life before. She warmed up to him immediately and treated him like a real dad. From then on, it was always the three of us together. We would go to the beach, to the river, the zoo, the amusement park. Going to barbecues with another person was a new experience for me and Iris. Everything felt so fresh. Every day was so...
exciting. I see. Well, it sounds like they had a real... Wow, there's more. She's just willing to tell us everything.
Oh, sorry. You asked about the picture. You wanted to make okonomiyaki one day. He was working with the hot plate. It was ridiculous. He was trying to flip one, and it flew up in the air and landed right on my head. Iris saw the whole thing and laughed and laughed. I hadn't seen her laugh like that in a long time. I was having so much fun that I put an okonomiyaki on their heads, too.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds like some sort of food.
Plop, plop. I added the bonito flakes and mayo and sauce.
At this point, there was no going back. Eggs flew, flour going everywhere. The room was not a pretty sight. After our battle, we laughed like crazy. We were rolling around on the floor. So Iris decided to draw it. It's nostalgic.
Aw, she really sounds like she had a good family going here. Maybe I'm starting to think of it, but maybe she was shot in the shoulder because the police were here and maybe they thought that she would go to jail for harboring him or something like that. So he had to make it look like he broke into their house. Maybe that's what happened. The police showed up, or whatever people were after him, and they're like, we're gonna capture you and your family. And he obviously cared about them a lot, so that's what I'm starting to think. Maybe he shot her in the shoulder, because that way Iris would have someone to take care of her, and he would just go to jail. Because it said he went without any sort of resistance either. So if it's the same guy that is in her dream, that's probably what happened. Where's Renju?
Did something happen to him? You asked me that yesterday.
There's no point in hiding it. I told her about Renju's disappearance.
Right from the hospital? I'm sorry. I have no idea.
Oh, well, okay. Thanks, I guess. Do you have the day off?
Yes, today's a holiday. Iris isn't in school. She went to Lemniscate.
Yeah, I saw her earlier.
Is that so?
Interesting. So they have, like, custom dialogue in case you go to certain places first.
I've put Iris through so much. I was 19 and single when she was born. People didn't take kindly to that, but Iris was such a fighter. She always protected me.
But why was her hair always pink, though? I mean, I guess I'm supposed to take that as anime logic. At first, I thought she dyed it, because I was like, oh, you know, she's an idol, so maybe she dyes her hair. Lots of famous YouTubers do that, like Markiplier, and, well, really all of them. But, I guess it's just recessive gene? I don't know what's going on, but she has pink anime hair. We'll just deal with that.
I remember. One time at the nursery, some of the other mothers were talking about me. Iris ran up to them and said, "Don't talk about my mommy." I'm supposed to be the mother, but it's Iris who's always protecting me.
Oh, that's cute. What about your parents?
They died when I was 17. I was an orphan, and my relatives lived far away. They might have taken me in, but I was already in my second to last year of high school. It wasn't a good idea for me to move that late.
I see.
So I decided to stay here, by myself.
And take care of Iris.
Yes, all alone. But Renju would help sometimes.
Oh, that's nice of him. Renju seems like he's a very troubled person. About Iris.
It was always just me and her. Vacations, barbecues, zoos, amusement parks. Just me and her. Oh, that reminds me. When Iris was 5, there was a children's theater show in Bloom Park. It was called Milky Moon. It was about girls as magical space rangers and such. She loved singing and dancing. Even as a kid, whenever she heard music, her body would start moving. It was a quirk of hers, and she did it at the show, too. Toward the end, when all the Milky Moon girls were dancing to the ending song, Iris climbed up onto the stage and danced with them. I tried to stop her, of course. I grabbed her arm and tried to get her to sit, but before I knew it, she was up there, dancing. And everyone was so excited. Even I was dancing by the end of it. When it was over, she had the biggest smile on her face. "Mama, you're a good dancer." That's the kind of girl she was.
All right. About Iris. More about Iris.
Whenever she sees someone playing music on the street, she'll run up and join them, right then and there.
I can see. She's not outgoing kind.
Music at the train station, the crosswalk beeping. Even at convenience stores, when their little chime played, she would start dancing. It almost got her into trouble once. She was on the jungle gym and a truck drove by. It was playing loud music out the windows. She climbed up to the top and started dancing, but she lost her balance and fell. She fractured her leg pretty badly.
Oh, man.
It was on a Sunday, and it was hard to find an open emergency care. I was carrying her on my back, running and running through town. I could still hear her crying. Will I still be able to dance, Mommy? Can I still dance? She cried and cried into my shoulder. It was the only time she ever cried so much. No, that's not true. There was one other time.
One other time? When was that?
6 years ago. I was the victim of a shooting.
No, it was because of that.
After the surgery, Iris came in running. And she was sobbing.
Mommy, don't die! Don't die! Please don't die, Mommy! Don't die!
I swore to myself then that I would protect her, no matter what. Iris is everything to me, more important than my own life.
Damn. Well, I'm glad she has such a nice mother. The lights are off. Summarize for me.
Iris must really enjoy dancing.
Yeah.
Though her drawing skills could use some work.
Drawing skills?
Look at the drawing on the wall.
But those days didn't last. 6 years ago, in November, a man with a gun broke into our house. Fortunately, Iris wasn't home at the time, but my boyfriend was. That's why the gunman came.
Oh. I'm still sensing that lie here. Like, that's my theory and I'm sticking to it. Is that the boyfriend was the gunman, but he's about to get caught.
He wanted to kill him. He wanted to kill him and he would never stop. He pulled the trigger. I tried to protect him. The bullet hit me, but the police arrived. They were both arrested and incarcerated.
Why was he after your boyfriend?
Before he met me, he committed some terrible crime. I don't know the details, but it was...
Okay, well,
awful.
maybe if the police arrested both of them, maybe my theory was off. Because if both of them went to jail and that's confirmed, then that's what happened.
So he became a target for underworld criminals. I don't know exactly why, but I know that he betrayed them in some way.
Yeah, that's the bad part about being in with that kind of underworld.
May I ask you something?
Of course.
I had heard that incident was a random break-in gone wrong.
Oh. That's not true. I lied about it at the time, because of Mizuki.
Mizuki?
Mizuki is Iris's friend. If she found out, Iris would find out too. I didn't want Iris to know.
Know what?
That I was dating a criminal. He was her father figure. Iris looked up to him. If she found out about his past...
I see. There's a drawing on the wall. Iris drew it when she was 12. Summarize for me.
Date, we can't spend time reminiscing. We have to get moving.
Yeah, let's go.
I did learn some nice information, though. It told me he's touching your right shoulder with her left hand. I want to look around the room a little bit. There's a lot of dishes. A microwave. A refrigerator. This keeps food and drinks cold. Really? I did no video game, thank you. Bookshelf. There are no books in it, but it's definitely a bookshelf. Like a ski resort with no skiers. Can't click on the basket now, actually. A bookshelf by the wall. There's actually not a lot of jokes to click on in here, like normal. There's some elementary workbooks on the table. But looking closely, one in the middle is different. How to handle a monster parent. What? There are elementary workbooks and self-help books on the table. The steam is rising from the tea. You can see trees and sky outside. There's a door in the back of the room. Alright then, well, with this house cleared up, let's head back to Abyss headquarters. I don't really know what we're gonna do next. We have a date to go on, then we promised to meet, Mom at late night. Actually, the date's in 15 minutes. Return to Abyss HQ with Aiba. I need to talk to the boss. As I entered the room, the boss smiled like she was waiting for me.
I took care of what you asked for.
Number 89?
He's here, in the interrogation room.
He is?
I'm on it.
You'll go without me this time. I have some errands to run. One of the higher-ups needs me. I'll have Pewter go to the interrogation with you.
Understood.
Thanks, Pewter. Could number 89 have been her husband? It's the guy. Is this the guy from the dream? I can't tell.
Let's get started.
Is Pewter here? It's a mirror. This room is reflected in the mirror. A camera used for interrogation. There are pipes on the walls of the room. All right, as much as I want to interrogate this guy right now, I'm actually going to end this episode here. I did realize why I was clicking things so much, and I'm probably going to put a little thing about it in the beginning of the video. Sorry if I kept skipping dialogue. It was because I have a button on my mouse I didn't know I had. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the series, please leave a like. I know it's pretty silent this time, but this is one of those games that kind of... Well, I can have some input on it and chuckle every once in a while. It kind of plays itself in a way, which isn't a bad thing. My silence isn't bad. It's just what it is. And I theory, craft, and joke when I need to. Anyways, if you liked it, please leave a like, and I'll see you on the next one. Raiden out.